Hi there, it's Catherine from Sunnyside Journals. It's sort of a make stuff with me. I'm not actually going to make it, but I'm going to tell you how I made it. So because of that, we'll sort of be having a little visit. um, oh gosh, now I'm drawing a blank. Oh, this is one of those kind of oops, I did it again things. Because if you remember these little guys that I made last week, that I had so much fun doing, and that sort of came to me by accident, glancing into my blue box at stuff I had just chucked in to get room on my table. I still go through my blue box even before I put it out to the curb, so don't worry if you don't think that should have belonged in a recycling box. I go through it again because sometimes I just chuck things in there in order to hold on, I'm just sitting down, in order to get things off my desk and clear some more space. So the little golden book charms, I've been calling it a charm because most likely I'll dangle it with a tassel off of a book. I got one of these when I was thrifting this week. You know these books, sort of a teach yourself painting books by Walter Foster. I like these a lot. I actually remember using them in the 70s as a teenager. I bought a few, like portraits, how to draw portraits and how to draw animals, and to just get some little basics for artwork. Although my mother was probably one of my best art teachers. Anyhow, I cut them up. They're nice and big, so I can use them. I can put them this way and actually fold them and put them into a signature, and they make very interesting pages to go into a signature. But once again, in going through the ones that I bought this week on a haul when I went thrifting, and that was my husband's fault. That wasn't my fault. He's the one, we were camping, and he's the one that said, hey, there's some little towns nearby. Why don't I take you thrifting? Well, who am I to say no? I mean, when I have his blessing, what the heck? Not that I need his blessing, but it's kind of, you know what? When you're getting encouragement and you're already a thrifter, oy. Anyhow, so I noticed something in the back. Look at that. I remember these really well. Like I can say, I had the cats one, I had the dogs one. These are the front covers of Walter Foster books that you could order. And you could actually place your order and they'd send them off to you. And they were usually $1 each. Then they became $2 each, which was still a steal. Anyhow, of course, what did I see when I looked at those? I saw charms. See what I mean? Oops, I did it again. Oh, let me get closer. There we go. So now with these was a little different. I've started already cutting up the paper and making a few because this is very, very thin. And so it needed some support so that it could be tough. Like you can't bend these little golden book charms. They're very thick and very tough and durable. So I knew that I was going to need to put these onto a heavy cardstock. And in fact, what I decided to do was double it up. So you can see already here, I've got these ones ready so I can finish the ones that I've still got left over. I call it cheating, but sometimes I just use my double-sided carpet tape. It's a terrific, really, really, really sticky tape. You actually have to be careful when you're using it. I like it because it's reinforced. This is actually wonderful to use on very fragile spines. Look at that, I've already got glue on me. Anyhow, it's also easy because you can lay down a strip really quickly. You can peel it off and stick it to the next thing that you're going to stick it to. See how that's all ready to go. I'm not going to do it right now. So I stuck my cardstock together, and then I stuck the covers, the Walter T. Foster covers down, and then I did my usual thing that I showed you in the tutorial on the little golden book charms with my cutting mat, my metal ruler, and my box cutter. These little goodies, and just do your careful slicing. Now, what I did differently this time, because of course I had to create the thickness so that it wasn't bendable, so that it had some nice oomph to it. I decided the little golden book charms, they had the inside cover that you could tell it was a little golden book, and I like that, and I just left that as is so that hopefully people would just first of all see, oh, isn't that cute, and then flip it over and go, oh my goodness, this really was a little golden book cover that's been repurposed. And of course I couldn't do that with these. I did it with a couple of them, and I didn't like what I was seeing there. This is okay. It actually could, I guess, be a little journaling spot, but it looked kind of blank to me. I think I'm going to put a little bit of graph paper or ledger paper on the back of the couple. I did a couple of them that just have the blank cardboard behind it. But with this next batch that I did, I actually took the time to individually cut some more of these covers, and I just made them double-sided so that they're just really, really super cute. There was no point this time trying to be specific with where I put the hole and the eyelet, because on one side or the other I was going to punch through something, through a letter, but you still got the gist of that this was the cover of a book, and that now it's a cute little charm. So you can see how cute these turned out. Let me bring them up closer so you can see how adorable. And they're nice and sturdy and tough, and I'm really going to enjoy putting those onto some junk journals. So that's it for my sort of make stuff along with me. You know what, I might share with you, since I'm done with that, and I got you here, captive audience, I got a few things on that haul that I'm happy with. So, and they're sitting right beside me here, so let's do it. I got a bridge pad, but I love this. It sort of looks like late 60s, early 70s, and it's in really, really super good condition. So I think I'm going to actually make a mini traveler's notebook out of it. I've already removed this. It just slides in out of this little slit here, so I've already removed that. And it came with a pencil, so that will have to stay with it. So that's going to be cute. I love the colors. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to cover that up with, I don't know, with some lace or doilies or something. I don't know. Or whether I'm going to leave it, because sometimes that's also the charm of it, that you know that it at one time was a bridge pad. These are the beautiful little Valentines that I already shared on Instagram, that I've got a whole bag of them for 25 cents. And these are the real deal. They're not reprints. These are old Valentines. You can still see the punch out marks. I remember quite a few of these from when I was young. I remember this one. Always aware of beautiful art. I loved these kind. You could put your fingers through and make them walk or dance. I remember those. I'm sure I gave several of those away to my little friends. I like the little envelopes that came with it, and what a nice thing, because these are old. This is already yellowing. Usually old envelopes are already glued shut and are a nuisance to try and get apart, but these ones are all still, they're still in terrific shape. They open at different ends. I'll make good use of the envelopes as I will with those Valentines. So let me get those out of the way. Another wonderful little thing that I found is some Dennisons seals, gift seals. So wedding cake. I was having brain cramp. It looks like they're open. I opened them. These were all completely sealed shut 50 cents a pack for unopened. A little bunny with a sign that says for baby, and little Jack in the Boxes, again 50 cents. Those are a lovely little find to have. I got a couple of these Ladybird Readers. I love these little books. They're British, because you can see it was 15p to purchase. And they have artwork very, very similar to Dick and Jane books. They're just really, really sweet books. I will do to these what I do with a little golden book, and take them apart and give a bigger spine. I'm going to try my best to include all these original papers because they're so pretty, and I'll put in new end papers rather than these. But I really liked, oh, I can hear my little dog barking down there. So I liked those. They were 25 cents each, which was a good deal. I was able to find some more black trim because I used most of my black trim up when I made Tracy Takes Charge, and I had a whole signature devoted simply to grief and grieving. So was happy to find more black trim. On that similar note, I found a book on London's cemeteries. Not only an interesting little book, it's not old, it's new, but a very interesting little book about all the cemeteries in London, England, and photographs of headstones and monuments and mausoleums, which I just love. I must say I love putting in odd little creepy things like that here and there. I mean, death's a part of life as well, and a lot of these sort of things bring comfort to us. So it made me wonder, all these cemeteries that it talks about, it mentions famous people that are buried in them, but it makes me wonder, I must have family buried in those. My gran and my granddad came right out of London, England. So who knows, although they were all poverty stricken, so I'm quite sure they were actually buried in common graves, which was common back then. You had to have quite a bit of money to be able to afford a grave and a headstone and that sort of thing. I think that's it for, I got a few more things on my haul, but they weren't remarkable. I was able to find some more scrapbook paper, which, you know, for me is near and dear because I won't buy it at stores. So when I can find a little bundle of it at a thrift store, I'm a happy girl. So there we go. More charms, just what I needed, but these ones are different, and I thought I'd share with you. So take a look if in your stash you have any of these Walter Foster books. Take a look on the back page. Not all of them have this, because I have quite a few of these Walter Foster books, and not all of them on the back page have the covers of other issues, but quite a few of them do. So take a look. Have some fun making some more charms, and thanks for visiting, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.